Ms. Atim Tangana, coming to you from the City of Gold in Johannesburg. I'm not alone, I'm joined by the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters. They call him the Commander-in-Chief, the CIC. Mr. Malema, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us on RT. You're quite a busy man to get hold of.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, we've been trying to put this together for quite some time now, but I'm happy we could finally meet.
Where you said, we are Putin and Putin is us. What did you mean about that sentiment?
Well, anyone that is being pursued by the imperialist forces is an alliance of the progressive forces in the whole entire world. What Putin is fighting for really is justifiable. You cannot have America and the European Union wanting to expand its territory to a point where it is allowed to breathe on Putin's neck. And we say in exchange, Putin must give them roses. He's not going to do that. He's going to have to defend his territory. He's going to defend his sovereignty. And we've seen him doing it very well. It's taking long, it's tiring. And we understand that he took a long route with a hope that the international role players will come in and try to diffuse the tension and stop the war. But it seems like they're not interested. Ukraine is such a small country to can even try to put up a fight against Russia, unless it is doing so with the support of some big brothers, including the NATO forces and America. And we know today that that is the case. So that's what we said. You are not going to infringe on other people's territories and threaten their sovereignty and their peace, their economic development, and expect them to keep quiet. We will not do the same.
On that matter, I'm sure you've seen the recent developments where the United States of America has allowed Ukraine to strike deep into Russia's territory by supplying and approving the use of long-range weapons. Now, if you were the president of Russia, Mr. Vladimir Putin, what would you do in this kind of situation?
He has to defend Russia. There is no any other way to do it. And like I said, Ukraine has got no capacity to use the kind of weapons that they are using. They don't have them. Those are American weapons, which means America has declared war against Russia. And what must Russia do? Russia must defend itself by also attending to America. We are very favored perhaps with Trump's election because it doesn't look like even in the previous term, he's got appetite for those things of wars and all of that. And he has already made remarks that, to an extent, that he will want to put Putin and the president of Ukraine under one roof and he can resolve this matter. He didn't say, I'm going to come in and intensify the fight and all of that. So, reactionary and right-wing as he is, but on this matter, he's taking a very good reconciliatory approach which can see the fight between Ukraine and Russia coming to an end. It's not a Ukraine war, it's an American war. It should be called for what it is. It's a European war, and therefore we must not be confused that there is any Ukraine that can actually threaten the stability and peace of Russia without the support of these ones who are fighting a war through Ukraine.
Why do you think the West continuously disregards the red line and disregards some of the warnings that have come from the president of Russia himself in escalating the tension?
Well, they've always behaved like a big brother. Everybody must hear through them, and anything else that is not in the interest of what they stand for should go to a highway. So, and Putin is not the kind that is going to be pushed all over by Americans. America has got no respect for international law. America has got no respect for international bodies that are meant to safeguard the world and ensure that conflicts are resolved through peaceful means. They only do so if it favors them. If it doesn't favor them, they don't care. I mean, look at the American position in relation to the Middle East. They condemn the ICC's warrant of arrest against Netanyahu and then promote a warrant of arrest, international warrant of arrest against Putin. That is inconsistent. Putin hasn't committed serious crimes compared to what Netanyahu has done, where he bombed schools, crèches, hospitals, killed children and pregnant women and innocent people. And the evidence is there to prove that someone is engaged in a genocide. And therefore, the ICC has got a duty to ensure that there is compliance with the international law. So America, again, showing its ugly head, where it says, no, we had no duty to issue a warrant of arrest against Netanyahu. We want, actually, Netanyahu to be arrested. If he comes to South Africa, they must arrest him. I've already written a question to President in Parliament to ask him if Netanyahu comes to South Africa, will he arrest him? Because he said they were going to arrest Putin. And they've got a similar problem now. Putin is going to have to come here for G20 in November next year. And we think that they must stop being cowards and allow him to come because Russia is our friend and Russia committed no crimes against us or against other human beings without being justified as to the actions they have taken. So we think Putin must be welcomed here in South Africa and Netanyahu must be arrested if he set his foot here.